Hello, cosmic beings. Welcome back to Being Cosmic. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad that each and every one of you is here. So I've been getting a couple requests to do a specific type of reading. So this is going to be about a karmic past life relationship that is affecting you in this life. On that note, if you have a specific type of reading that you would like me to do for the collective, you can go ahead and either comment below or you can email me directly. My email is linked on my page. I'll put it in the description box below as well. And that's another way you can contact me about specific readings. So it won't be a technical personal reading, but I am taking requests for different types of readings at this time. So I'm going to drop in really quick and then we're going to get into it. All right, angels, ancestors, divine, I ask for you to be here and to help get this message to the collective for their highest good. Any other beings of the golden highest light are welcome to assist as well. Thank you. All right. So, what past life stuff is going on with the collective right now, referring to or relating to a particular relationship in this life that is of a karmic nature? That was the request, spirit. So let's see what comes through. All right. There we go. And 3. Okie dokie. Okay. Give me just a second. I got some cards on the floor. Okay. So okay. So the 3 cards that came out from the Past Life Oracle are the High Priest or Priestess card. Then we've got Spouse. Then we've got Forgiveness. Okay, so what I'm picking up is you very well could be a high priest or a high priestess in this life. You could be embodying that energy. This could also have been a past life where you were a high priest or a high priestess. And with this spouse card, I'm picking up that this person was a spouse in a past life. They may be your spouse in this life, but I'm definitely picking up that they were a spouse in a past life. With that, spousal energy definitely has a deep connection on the soul level. Just with that commitment energy that's coming through, that could be where, with this relationship in your current life, if there's this pull or this feeling towards this person that is almost unexplainable, and it's one of those, like, I just can't shake this person. Maybe the relationship with this person right now is toxic, but it's something where you're just having a difficult time pulling away or kind of severing that connection, if that's what you feel is necessary at this time. There definitely could be some past life entanglement going on. And so with this Forgiveness card coming out, what I'm picking up is that through forgiveness of the situation and of this other person and of yourself for being in this entanglement with this person, that is going to help you release this connection for your highest good. Let me see if there's anything else that wants to come out of this deck. Anything else, Spirit? And especially if you were embodying this high priest or high priestess energy in this past life with a spouse, that's going to be a deep, deep soul connection. And so this person could also be helping you to step into this forgiveness energy. A lot of times when we're on an awakening path or the awakening journey, there can be history of, trauma, basically. And so that can be where this relationship is coming up right now into your current awareness that's helping to heal some things that are also probably related to some traumas that you may have had earlier on in life in this lifetime. And then the next card that came out was Greco-Roman. And so this is probably the lifetime that you, or the most recent lifetime with this person that is in question. I'm going to see if there's any other clarity really, really quick. Okay. So the Greco-Roman, I'm picking up that might be ancient Greece. Let's see. It says, this card indicates you had a significant life in Greece or Rome that is influencing the situation you're inquiring about. You may have noticed you're drawn to Greco-Roman architecture, culture, and spirituality. During your Greco-Roman lifetime, you had experiences and relationships that formed the basis for your present life situation. You've also carried the knowledge forward that you gained in that lifetime. Now that you're consciously aware of your connection to Greece and Rome, spend time researching these ancient cultures and the spirituality associated with those places. Your research will trigger memories and insights, and you'll come to better understand yourself and your situation. Okay, so at this time, it might be recommended to kind of do a little bit of research. If you're able, maybe travel to a certain place that you're being called to. Sometimes when we go to that location, it can trigger healing and releasing at the soul level. If you're unable to actually travel there at this time, you can look at pictures of the places that you're being called to. And if you're unsure and you just know like it's, Greece or Rome, that kind of area, you can just start doing some research, and then once those pictures come up, you'll get like an internal knowing, you'll get kind of that soul calling that this is the place. And so you can just kind of, print that picture or just look at it and kind of meditate on it and allow whatever to come through. And that can also trigger some healing as well. Then with this High Priest or High Priestess card, it says you probably already know that you were a high priest or high priestess during one or more prior lifetimes. Most people who have held these roles have a conscious sense of it. You've also retained your heightened spiritual knowledge, which this card is urging you to put into greater practice. It's time for you to reignite your spiritual power and use it in service of your divine mission of healing, teaching, and helping the world. This card urges you to release any insecurities you may have about your spiritual abilities or any fear about others knowing your beliefs. And so that this karmic relationship that you're having in this lifetime that you're experiencing at this moment could be also part of what is creating some sort of block when it comes to fully embodying your spiritual gifts at this time. And so with doing your best to release the attachment to this connection, obviously for, different people are going to have different recommended points of action when it comes to this. A karmic friendship or relationship is just one in which it teaches us lessons, basically. There's big stuff to learn. So that being that this is coming up at this time, especially with this forgiveness card, what I'm getting is that through doing some cord cutting and some healing and releasing around this relationship, or around this soul connection, that's going to clear up some of the blocks that are kind of holding you back at this time. Then, do we want to do this one, or one of those? Okay. Let me see. So, this deck is going to add some clarity. I'm going to ask for what's going on with this relationship currently in your experience now, and see if we can get a little more clarity on it. And then I'm going to do one of my Clarifier decks, and that should help to kind of pin down who this person is to you in this lifetime. Okay. Interesting. All right, Spirit. Forgiveness. So forgiveness came out of this deck as well. So there's definitely a theme here of forgiveness. And again, this could be forgiving the other person. This could be forgiving the situation. And this can also be forgiving the self. And yeah, I'm picking up that that's a big area of focus when it comes to this relationship right now. The next card that came out was expansion. And so what this is this can literally be like being pregnant, but this also is really when we're in that space of creating space, basically, to birth something new. So maybe you're in this space of trying to birth a business or a new project or idea, but there's some blockages there, and it could be surrounding healing and releasing this karmic connection, and that's where that forgiveness comes in so that you can fully bring this in. Then the next one that came out was liberation, and with that, I think that's Mercury. I think Mercury's on this card, which is interesting because we're technically in Mercury retrograde right now. All these readings are timeless, so if you're watching this at a different time when Mercury isn't in retrograde, it can still be relevant. So just a little side note there. With this liberation card, what it's really talking about is being able to release those programming beliefs, those program beliefs that are holding us back, these limiting beliefs that we place on ourselves or our experience that tend to hold us back. And then it's really, he's got like this star right here, and so he's really grabbing onto it and allowing himself to feel his true essence. And with this, what I'm feeling is that you're in this space right now where you're expanding in some way, you're attempting to birth something into the physical, and you're really in this area of liberation where it's releasing, these things of not being worthy, or, it can be any of the limiting beliefs that we're given, basically, and it can be placed on us by society, familial units, even the self. It can be past life stuff that's coming through, and so you could be in this place of liberating yourself from some limiting beliefs that you brought through from a past life, and that could be part of what's going on as well. And the main thing that I'm getting here is this forgiveness. So keep working on that. It's one of those things where it's not really about like excusing behavior or anything like that. It's not giving somebody a pass. It's not okaying what has happened as far as allowing somebody else to continue to treat you poorly. What it's really about is it's about accepting the situation or the experiences for what they were, which were teaching moments, which were learning lessons. And it's allowing yourself to be in this space of forgiving yourself and the other person in the situation for happening in a way that you can release it and move forward, but still have these boundaries put in place for yourself so that you're not perpetuating a cycle where it's just a karmic cycle, basically. And so, yeah, definitely keep doing that. That's big work. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. So let's see if we can get a little bit of clarity on possibly who this person is in the collective's current life. And then there might be some other info that wants to come out. let's see. Okay. So the first one that came out was a past life connection. So with that, that's definitely a past life connection, which is, it's just funny. Like, thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation, because this is a past life reading. So, what it says on here is call back your power. And so that's another really, really effective way to heal from some of those past life connections that are having a grip on us at this time. And so what you can do is you can just sit in this space and call back all of your power, all of your energy from any lifetime dimension, reality, any time in this life or any others that is holding you back. And so you just call your power back into this present moment and release any attachments to anything that is no longer serving. And by doing that and pulling all of your power back into this now moment, it's extremely potent, it's extremely powerful, and it allows you to show up in your full self. And a lot of these things that have been holding you back or have been holding on to you basically can be because there's fragments of the self in other lifetimes or other parts of your life in this incarnation. And parallel realities, all of that, quantum physics, and so calling it all back into this vessel, into this moment, is a very powerful way to release a lot of these energetic, sticky connections. And then definitely work on some healing when it comes to past life wounding. That will also help. There's meditations and things like that you can go through. You could look into something like QHHT, past life regressions, those kinds of things. That really helps. But the main thing really is if you just call your power back, and if you know who this person is that you have this karmic connection with, if you do a cord cutting ceremony, and it's not saying that you'll never ever have anything to do with this person again. What it is it's removing an energetic link between you and this soul that is draining your energy. And so you can do cord cuttings with people that you are still in contact with. And what it does is it clears up that energetic pipe between you and that person. And there's different types of cord cutting and there's different levels to it. And so if this is somebody who is more of a soul connection, and you're really feeling that they're more of like a soulmate, you can still clear up any of that karmic gunk between you and that other person in that energy cord. If this is somebody who you're feeling that it's a karmic link and you know that it's no longer serving, then do kind of a more permanent-ish cord cutting where what you're doing is you're releasing your attachment to this soul, and you're thanking that situation for teaching you what it's taught you, even if you don't know what that is yet. The clarity can come later. And so by just cutting that cord, you can kind of tune into your body and you'll feel it somewhere in your energetic field. And then there's other like meditations and guidance on how to do this as well. But basically, once you feel where that's at in your body, then you can cut that cord, replace it with divine light. I used gold light, but you can use, divine light. You can use an image where you severed that cord. So you can do a flower or an animal or an image of something that you hold in like a very high light that brings you joy, and you seal where that cord was with that image and with that divine light. And obviously enter a meditative space before doing this, and then make sure you're doing it from a place of neutrality or above. You don't want to be doing this when you're in an angered state, when you've got these, real yuck feelings. Do your best to pull out of that and then do the cord cutting. Sometimes it's not, always the easiest thing to fully be in this, joy, bliss state when you're doing a cord cutting of a seriously karmic relationship. But if you can get at least out of that super angry phase, or, those really low vibrational states, it just makes it easier to fully cut that cord without reattaching it or having some, leftover energetic gunk hanging around. Okay. See if there's anything else. Meditate more frequently came out as well. You can do like 10 minutes a day, do like 3 times a week. You can do walking meditations, shower meditations. There's all sorts of different types of ways to do meditations. And then also Galactic Federation of Light came out as well. So you could have a connection with the Galactic Federation of Light, or there could be assistance helping you right now from the Galactic Federation of Light. Okay, the other one that came out was grandfather or the paternal line. So this could be somebody that is either your grandfather in this lifetime or somebody that is on your paternal side. So that might hopefully that resonates for somebody. The next one that came out is big money energy. So we've got millionaire, billionaire energy. And what I'm picking up from this is that this karmic link could be part of what may be blocking this abundant energy. So it's a little side note for somebody. And then we've got karmic. So there's definitely a karmic link in your energy at this time. Then somebody in your orbit may not have your best in mind. They may be manipulative, envious, or your light may be triggering them. So I'm picking up that most of you that are resonating with this and have made it this far into the video, you're going to have some sort of inkling of who this person is. And what I'm getting is whoever you feel like this person is, your intuition is correct on. And so it's definitely recommended to do some, a little bit of energy clearing, do some sort of cord cutting, some sort of releasing of the energy, call your power back, and do it from a place of being able to, and it might not be right away, especially when we're still kind of going through the healing and the wounds are still fresh, but you'll get to a place where you'll be able to thank this connection because it triggered something. It triggered some part of your awakening in some form or fashion. And so if you can just look at it that way and do your best to hold thanks for it, that also makes it easier. And that helps that forgiveness energy as well. Let's see if anything else wants to come out. Anything else? Spirit? Okay, we've got divine timing. Okay, sometimes okay, I hear it. I got you, Spirit. Okay. This is all happening in this moment. This is divine timing. So you're coming to this message in the perfect time. This is coming up to be healed and released at the perfect time. And so do your best not to sit there and be angry about that it took this long or you were unaware of something for so long. Know that this is in divine timing. If this would have happened 10 years earlier, it would have had a different effect. You learned what you needed to learn up until this time, and now this is coming up into your awareness to be healed and dealt with, because the time for you to step into this next phase is now. And so it's all perfect timing, it's all divine timing, and you're doing this when you need to. Alrighty dokie. Okay, so with that, manifestations are here now. Affirm it. Okay. Alright, so one that fell on the floor was Syrian or Sirius. So there could be a connection with the Syrian star system. There could also be another connection with this soul from that star system as well. A digital detox may be recommended for you right now, and that can just be limiting some screen time, limiting some If you listen to a lot of like auditory stuff all the time, it could be a little nudge to back off just a little bit so that you can hear your guidance coming in. And then obviously pulling off of the screen time, maybe turning off some notifications and, turning your phone on vibrate or silent for a little bit to just give yourself some time to be. And that will help give clarity on this as well. The other one that came up was father of your children, or the father wound. And the other one was paternal line as well. So this is definitely somebody from your paternal line. For a select few of you, this could be like a father of your children situation as well. And then this can also be that you're healing the father wound right now, which is, for some of you, that's a big one. For some of us, it's a big one. And so just keep up the good work. You're doing great. This is awesome. And it's always worth it. It's always worth it to go through the healing and to energetically do your best to claim all of your power in this now moment. Okay. So then the next two that came out is spiritual bypassing. So just be aware if you feel like you may be doing this at this time. It's an attempt to move around something instead of through something, basically. So it's an attempt to move around the wound and to look at all of the silver lining instead of to recognize, identify, and move through the healing process of a wound, which actually allows it to integrate. I was stuck in spiritual bypassing for years. It's easy to do. So if you're unfamiliar with this, this would be a good time to kind of research that and kind of look into it. Because there's this fine line of not manifesting lower vibrational things and being in a high vibration, but then there's also this point when it's a disconnect, and that's where the spiritual bypassing comes in, is when we're in this disconnected phase of like, I'm not going to feel this and I'm only going to feel this. That's where that spiritual bypassing comes in. Then the last one that came out here was dream realm. So pay attention to your dreams at this time. You're definitely being guided and giving insights within your dreams. And then also journal. Like, you can journal just in general. That's always recommended. But this one is more speaking about dream journaling and confirmation. Definitely, if you're not already, really think about doing a dream journal. There's a couple different ways you can do it. One is when you wake up in the morning, you write down your dreams. The other one is you can have a journal or a piece of paper by your bed at night with a pen or pencil ready to go. And then when you wake up in the middle of the night, don't turn your light on, and you just reach over, find your pen or pencil, and just write down whatever you're thinking at that moment and whatever you remember, how you're feeling, any sights, colors, sounds, feelings that came up in your dream. And it's going to be a mess. Some of it's going to be not very legible in the morning, but when you turn on the light, it actually it interrupts the state that your brain is in at the time. And so by being able to just jot it down in the dark, you'll get more. And then in the morning you can look back and it'll trigger it, and then you can write it out more legibly, like in your journal. But the big thing with dreams, one, they talk to us in symbols. So definitely look up, the symbols of certain things. And the other thing is always remember your feelings in a dream. So an example of this is if you look up the meaning of a snake, oftentimes it's, there's somebody around you, blah, 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 blah. It's like kind of low vibrational. It's fear. It's, a lot of people are scared of snakes, especially if you're somebody who's not scared of snakes. That's not going to resonate. So another way you can do that, especially if it's an animal, is instead of looking up the dream symbol, you can look up just the symbolism of that animal and then kind of go from there. But your feelings in your dream state are just as important as what you remember seeing. So, okay, I'm going to flip through one more time. See if anything else wants to come out here. Okay. Anything else, Spirit? Well, there we go. Okay, so the next one that came out was divination. So you might be getting a call at this time to look into divination. Alrighty dokie. Okay, so you might be getting a call at this time to look into divination, or this can be confirmation that you're already practicing it and to keep going with it. This can be tarot, oracle cards, scrying, runes, tea leaves, gazing into a crystal ball, which is, scrying mirror. There's all sorts of different ways of scrying or divination. And with that, that can help activate soul memories of other lifetimes as well. So that could be where that's coming from. The next one that came out is people come into our life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. So are you holding on to a connection that is ready to be released? Are you pushing away a lifelong connection out of past fears of being hurt? So that's something to kind of sit with, especially being that this is a past life karmic reading. There's always two ways we can go with relationships. I mean, there's more than that. But when it comes to this type of thing, is it one that is going to be healed a little bit and then moved forward with? Or is it one that served its purpose? We've learned the lessons and it's time to release it. So definitely, if you can, sit in meditation with this, maybe do some divination about it, and that will help. I'm feeling that most of you know which path is for you at this time, and whatever you're intuitively getting is the correct path for you at this time. The other card that came up was underworld energies. So you could be feeling called to some underworld energies. Anubis, Hecate just came up, Hades. There are so many. Persephone, Hel, Hel, the Norse goddess of the underworld. So you could be being called to work with one of these deities, or there could be an underworld connection there that is a part of this connection. Then we also have twin flame and divine feminine that came up. Give me just a second here. So with this, you could be a divine feminine, or you could be a masculine dealing with the divine feminine energy. This could be blocking. Okay, there it is. This connection could be actually blocking some of the divine feminine energy that you're attempting to pull in right now. And with this high priest or high priestess card coming through first, that's what I'm picking up, is that there's something within this connection right now with this person that is hindering your ability in some way to fully bring in that divine feminine energy, which is the receptive flow state, magical kind of energy. It's more of the receptive, receiving, allowing. That's the divine feminine energy. Divine masculine energy is the action, directed, that type of energy. So with this twin flame, okay, for some of you, are we really doing this? Okay, we're doing it. Take this as it resonates, okay? I'm not giving advice. I'm not, I'm the channel. I'm the messenger. For some of you, you could be holding on to this relationship because you feel like it's your twin flame and it's actually karmic. Some of you could be in this phase of going back and forth. It's a crazy making place to be in, and I totally get it. No judgment. It's this, well, what if I release this connection and they're actually my twin flame, and well, what if we're just in this place right now where it looks karmic, because that's part of the twin flame journey, is from the outside looking in, it looks karmic, but it's really not. It's actually my twin. And that's true. Okay. All of the above is true. What I will say though, is if this is your twin flame, by doing cord cutting and releasing it, if it's meant to be and it is your twin, by doing that, it's not going to completely sever the connection. It's not going to be like, okay, now you're no longer my twin. Yeah, that's really all that's coming through for that. And that's, oftentimes by releasing that attachment to that, it can help bring clarity. Karmic relationships, especially when they're romantic relationships, they activate, they actually activate a biological response in the body that is addictive. And that could be kind of what's going on right now. Yeah. It's a tough one. I'll just be straight up. This is tough. I danced in this energy for some time. And it's, like I said earlier, it's crazy making at times. Because it's this push-pull, this back and forth, this, is it karmic? Is it my twin? Do I do I stay? Do I go? What do I do with this? Do I pursue it further? Am I the runner? Am I the chaser? Are we in this? Are we in that? What phase? I mean, it's that desire to want that connection at that level and to attach to it. And then oftentimes what can happen is by attaching to this concept of the twin flame and saying, well, to get my spiritual evolution fully done this go round, I have to be in a twin flame union. And because I'm on my awakening journey, obviously I have to have a twin flame. And so this relationship here is a twin flame relationship. And sometimes it is, and sometimes it's just karmic. And either way, both of those are teaching you something at this time. And so by allowing yourself to release the attachment to needing the twin flame connection, it will help illuminate at the right time, when you're ready for the information to come through. It will illuminate what's really going on. And that can be that maybe it is a twin flame, and because in this twin flame union journey, you each are embodying a physical vessel, and you each have free will with this ego, basically, with this persona that you have built during this experience. And with that, just because, let's say, for instance, this is a twin flame, that other person doesn't have to, in this moment, agree to it, accept it, and step up to the plate. And so at this point, if that is what's going on, if you're like, no, this is my twin flame, I know it, etc., if this person is not choosing to walk that path at this time, you doing this healing, you cutting these cords, or at least cleaning them up a lot, by you releasing the attachment to needing it to happen in a certain way at this moment in time, and by working on yourself and working on your own spiritual journey, stepping into your own spiritual power, if it is a true twin flame journey, that other soul will have no choice but to be kind of pulled along the path. So the further you evolve and step into your spiritual being, that person, that other soul that came here to experience that, will have progressions on their journey. And by you sitting here and attaching and holding on, you're staying in that same space. So the best gift you can give yourself if you're in this space is to release it the best that you can, and then continue to, move forward by going further in. And with doing that, the more you go along this spiritual path, this other soul will be pulled and nudged into these awakening experiences. And then that is the kind of quickest way to nudge that other soul along as well. And what you're doing is you're releasing the attachment and the need to have that happen for yourself in this time. If it's meant to be in your experience, it will be in your experience, and trust in that process to come through for you. That's the best thing you can do if you're in that energy of is this karmic? Is this twin? What is this? I know it's twin, but it might be karmic. And there's all these like conflicted feelings coming up, and this fear coming up, and it's this real thick, spinny energy that just, you go round and round and round. And so by being able to just kind of meditate, get clear, focus on you, focus on your spiritual path, your spiritual journey, if this is a true twin flame connection and this is really what's going to happen for you in this lifetime, it will happen. Okay? If not, and if it is a karmic situation that's masquerading as a twin flame connection at this time, by doing the inner work, by connecting more spiritual, you'll get to a point where you look and you go, oh, okay, no, that was karmic. And where that soul is at this time, I've out vibed it, basically, not in a higher, lower, better, worse than type of way, but you're embodying a different vibration, a different energy. And then you realize this karmic relationship, in whatever way it is, won't work with you anymore. It won't work in your energy anymore, because you've evolved from it. You've done what you needed to do, basically, with that energy. So okay. We just went down the twin flame rabbit hole. Was not expecting that one. Wasn't not expecting it, but yeah. Okay. I'm not taking those right now. Okay, give me a second. I got a little, hold on, come back in my body a little bit. Okay. Sometimes when I get deep into a channel like that, my hands forget how to do things. Let's come back in the body and see if there's anything else here, Spirit. Okay, so I'm going to take 2 more. Okay, so we've got friend. We've got karmic friend, basically, that came out. So there could be a karmic friend situation as well. Or this could be a karmic friend connection that you're dealing with. And what it says on here is, say thank you for the lessons and evaluate the connection. Basically, so that, kind of like the other card said earlier, where you can come to a place of clarity on what you need to do with this connection at this time. Again, it's going to be different for, different people on, different timelines, basically, with different connections. Obviously, this is a collective message, so it's not a one size fits all. It's not a personal reading. But with that, you're going to know. And if you're in this muddled energy, the best thing you can do is to get quiet in whatever way that is for you, meditate, etc. It can be journaling, it can be auto writing, it can be drawing, it can be painting, it can be, writing songs, whatever it is for you. But getting quiet and clearing some of that energy out in whatever way you need to at this time, that will help you to get kind of centered and clear, and then also to release these connections that are holding you back at this time. And then the last one that came out is cleanse your space. So cleanse your room, your home, your car, your magical space, or your physical vessel, or all of the above. So yeah, definitely cleanse your space at this time. Sometimes when we've got other energies in our space, it can make this energy even more confusing, basically, because we've got other influencing energies. And so without getting too in the fear vibration of that, it's just commanding your space in a way where you're only allowing that of, high vibration, that of which is going to further your soul growth and your soul evolution at the highest potential. By commanding your space, it helps some of this confusion energy to lessen. So yeah, cleanse your space. You can do it with sound, sage. There's sprays. There's sage spray. You can make like your own smudge spray. You can use crystals. You can use a selenite wand. I use a selenite wand a lot. You can do sound. I think I said sound. And you can speak it as well. You can just command it with your voice. That's another way. Is just, I clear this space, and any energies that are not for my highest good are not welcome. Boom. And kind of throw up a protective barrier around your space, your house, your car, etc., your vessel, your body. Okay, so with that, do a little cleansing for you really quick. Okay, anything else, Spirit? We went deep into that one. Okay. All right, well, with that, I'm being told that is it for this reading. Okay, well, I really hope that resonated for somebody. I hope that this helps to provide some clarity and a little bit of guidance on maybe how to handle and navigate this energy, because it can be very, very difficult, frustrating, and kind of confusing, really, to be in this past life connection pull. Sometimes we have these pulls with certain people, and it's not logical. It doesn't make sense, but we're pulled, and we feel this calling to this person, which makes it feel so intense. And so, like, this is a, soul connection, and it is a soul connection, even if it's karmic, especially from a past life. And it can be one of those where you were soulmate in a past life, and then you incarnated in this one, and it turned karmic. That can be another, way that happens, especially with this, embodying, a persona and having free will and all of that. That's also what can happen. And just because it's karmic right now doesn't mean it'll be karmic forever. And that's another thing too, is releasing the attachments in all of these "it must go this way" energy. We allow it to organically evolve for the highest good for both souls in question, basically. So that's another thing. There's really no downsides to releasing and clearing up the energy between you and another person. There's really not. If you do that and then that person walks away, they weren't meant to be with you for your next level up. And it hurts. And that's part of the journey, is to go through that and heal that, because then you come out of it the other side and go, wow, I'm in a whole new world. I'm in a whole new vibration. I'm in a whole new reality. And it took going through that evolution process, that pain process that causes metamorphosis, to get to this other side. And it's always worth it. It's always worth it. Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here. I really, really hope that this resonated. I really hope that this helps somebody out there. If this is your story, definitely let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, feel free to hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, I invite you to do so if this resonates. If you'd like more messages like this, it doesn't cost anything. And with that, I wish you well on your journey. I wish you all the clarity and all of the strength that you already have within you to move through this next phase. It's always worth it. You have the tools, you have the guidance, you have the resources to do this. And so you're very brave for stepping forward and going through this process. And so just know that. And until next time, much love. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.